So we've done bear attacks, we've done nuclear war, we've even done how to survive a zombie apocalypse. Today, we're going to talk about how to survive a tsunami. First, you got to know how to notice the signs of a tsunami. Usually, this will follow an earthquake. So if you're in a tsunami hazard zone and there is an earthquake, you've got that chance of a tsunami following. So there's your first warning sign, in which case you're going to protect yourself from the earthquake first. Get on the ground, cover your head, find some shelter, wait for the shaking to stop, and then you're going to put your tsunami evacuation plan into action. Another big sign is the actual water itself. The water level. Has it risen more than it usually has? That could be a sign that tsunami is on its way. Or another one that people generally neglect is if the water has drained, if the seabed is looking bare. If you know there's usually this much water and now all the water's disappeared, that could be a big sign that a tsunami is coming. Because what usually happens with a tsunami is all the water gets pulled out, and then as it gets pulled out, it comes back in this big wave of water. So if you're near the shoreline and you're looking and the water has disappeared, just know that it's gonna come back. That could be a big sign of a tsunami. The way to survive is to get as far inland as possible and to get as high up as possible. The ideal situation is to be at least a mile inland and to be at least 100 feet above water level. So if you're living in a tsunami hazard place, think now, where are those places? How can I get there from home? How can I get there from work? Wherever you spend the most time, plan out your evacuation route. And if you're visiting a place which is a tsunami hazard area, think before you go about the route and how to get out. A lot of these areas will have signs. These are usually black and white signs which will say tsunami evacuation route. So familiarise yourself with these signs and follow those ones out. Generally speaking, you don't want to try to escape in something like a car. It may be the fastest option, but if you get hit and you're in a car, it's going to be a dangerous situation, and cars are big, cars are bulky, you might not be able to get as high up as you could on foot. So it's best just to be on foot and just run away as far inland and as high up as possible. If you cannot get high, if it is hitting you right now and you're not going to be able to outrun it, you want to get inside the sturdiest and highest building you can and try and get as far up to the top as you can to wait out the tsunami. In most situations, there will be alerts from the authorities telling you to evacuate, telling you to get out, but don't wait for those alerts. If you spot the warnings, the earthquakes, the waterbed rising, the waterbed lowering, don't wait for the authorities to say anything, just get out of there. Now what about if you're in a boat or you're surfing, you're in the water? Well, there's two things you're going to do. First of all, if you're docked or if you're closer to the land, get out and run away. If you're further into the water, you're going to go as far out to sea as you can. This sounds like it's an absolute contradiction. Big tsunami coming and you're going to go further out to water, but the most dangerous zones or the calamities happen within the water and the shoreline. So if you're further out to sea, you're going to be a lot safer. So if you're close to the shoreline but you're not close enough to get your boat in and to get out, your best option is to go further out to sea and wait it out till it's over. That's where you're going to be safest. Even if you're surfing, even if you're on like a little paddle boat, you're going to get yourself out of there and wait for it to calm down. Now if you get caught up and you're in the water, you're going to grab hold of something buoyant, something like a tree trunk, and you're going to hold on and you're going to wait it out until it is over. Watch out if you're traveling on foot after the tsunami has hit and you're wading through water, because the water may be deeper than it seems, which could be dangerous. There could be debris in the water that could be dangerous, and you've also got the chance of electrocution. So don't go around touching any wet electrical devices, and really be careful if you're in a building and there is water in there. Things like power lines which are going to be underwater and electrical equipment is going to electrocute the water, so as soon as you touch it you could get a shock, and that won't be good for anyone. So to conclude and to sum up, prepare now. Where is furthest inland, which is at least 100 feet above sea level that you can get to from your work or you can get to from your home. If you're in the sea, you're going to go further out to the sea. If you get caught up in the water, you're going to stay somewhere grabbing hold of something that's going to keep you afloat. And remember, it's not just one wave, it could be multiple waves. So the first one that hits might not be the biggest one or the most aggressive one. So if you're holding on to something that's keeping you afloat, the waves hit and it starts to calm down, you suddenly let go and try to swim away and another one hits, then you're done for. So you're always going to wait it out until the very last moment. Wait out until you can't possibly wait it out any longer for someone to come and help you, or for authorities to say that it is definitely over. And that is how you're going to survive a tsunami.